Okay, now let's take section B. So if I take section B, it consists two questions. Each question carries 25 marks. Each question carries 25 marks. Try to understand one thing. Out of these two questions, one related to other assignments, or else I can say related services. Related services. Let's move. It is 1st of July 2005 and you are the manager of forensic department of your firm, Soba and Company. You have recently received requests from two companies, Udon Company and Raman Company. Udon Company is a corporate finance client of Soba, but not an audit client of the firm. You are also provided with the details of potential fraud which has occurred at Raman Company. Raman Company is not an existing client of your firm. The following exhibits available left hand side of the screen provide information relevant to question. Udon Company and Raman Company. So it's like the potential fraud is occurred. After that, we're going to perform the work. Let's look at Udon Company. See here, Soba and Company specialized forensic department carries out a wide range of forensic engagements and investigations, including commercial disputes, negligence cases, and insurance claims. Udon Company is a fashion designer and manufacturer of fast-moving inventory in line with seasonal clothing sales. 2 months ago, one of Udon Company's largest distribution centers suffered a severe flood, destroying the entire inventory. The company has comprehensive insurance, and the insurance company has already agreed a settlement with Udon Company for the damage to the building, fixtures and fittings. However, there is an outstanding claim for business interruption. Unlike buildings and tangible assets insurance, which only covers physical damage, business interruptions exist to cover the income a business would have received incident not happen. Udon Company requires a forensic specialist to provide assurance on the financial impact of Udon Company's loss of profits due to the flood, as calculated by the finance director. The finance director of Udon Company is keen to appoint forensic specialist as soon as possible to support Udon Company's claim. He is proposing 50% bonus to be paid Soba Company in addition to the fee forensic assurance claim completed within 2 weeks. Good. Now let's look at Raman. You have been contacted by Seth Williams, the financial controller of Raman. Seth concerned about number of recent transactions and would like to engage your firm to investigate a potential fraud. Raman Company is not currently a client of your firm. Hello, I have contacted you concerning some discrepancies here at Raman Company. A piece of land was sold 2.8 million in April 2005. However, during a recent review of Raman Company's bank statements, I saw two entries relating to this transaction. A receipt of 2.6 million and further $200,000 received in the same week, which was immediately transferred to unidentified bank account with the reference of consultancy next to it. So when there is like this type of transactions where out of normal ordinary transactions, it can be a potential fraud, because ISA 240 speaks about what is fraud. It speaks about what is fraud. So fraud can be defined as simple terms. Fraud, I could say, misappropriation of asset, misappropriation of asset, and fraudulent financial misappropriation of asset and fraudulent financial reporting. So here, it's a misappropriation of asset, improper handling of cash. It is misappropriation of assets. In a separate transaction, the use of warehouse owned by Raman company was leased to a storage company. After inspecting the lease agreement, I discovered that the agreed monthly lease term was 10,000 plus additional 1,500 per month as management fee. The $10,000 monthly lease payments have been traced to Raman's company's bank statements. However, I was unable to trace management fee $1,500. When I questioned the finance director, and she said it was paid to the company's other bank account, all the documentation related to other bank account held by Bell, finance director. So that is also, there is a instance or possibility of, I could say, misappropriation of asset. Additional bank accounts can only be opened with the formal approval of myself and one of the non-executive directors. The finance director claims that the additional bank account had been established many years ago. However, several other members of the management team have also confirmed that they have no knowledge of this additional bank account. Given the nature of the concerns, I would like your firm to perform the forensic investigation as quickly as possible. If you look at the requirements, see, the first question, discuss how the requirements of firm's level quality control improve audit quality and help to restore public trust in the audit profession. So your answer include the acceptance consideration and also the culture and quality management. Okay. So if you look at ISA 220, it speaks about individual quality control. If you look at ISQC, that is, it is going to discuss about firm level quality control. So individual quality control and firm level quality control, right? Both together, right? Quality framework is developed. So you should explain how acceptance ensure quality and also how a firm level culture and system of quality management ensure the overall audit quality. Okay. Using the information in Exhibit 1, evaluate the professional and ethical matters should be considered. Accept the forensic assignment, including necessary safeguards. Already the fraud is taken place. What sort of ethical issues? Because once we do forensic investigation, obviously that will increase our fee. That will increase our fee. They potentially maybe like it will create a potential threat of self-interest in the form of fee dependency. Or else I can argue like professional matters uh, at the time of acceptance, right? Simply you should know the competency of your site. Code of ethics clearly said integrity, objectivity, professional competence, and you can professional behavior. So I could say the competency is matters. Competency matters. That is also one of the factors that we need to concentrate. And if I take related to the fraud that we detected here, if there is any police case, if there is any legal claims that already taken, because when there is a fraud is happened, there is a possibility they might take that to a investigation, police investigation. In that case, yes, we need to concentrate on that also. What is the legal procedures or legal proceedings? And also when we are going to do this type of an assignment, forensic investigation, to whom that we're going to report. Our report is used by whom? Right. Whether our report is going to use by only client or insurance companies for the claim or any legal authorities, police stations or whatever, or else the courts, that we need to discuss all these matters. All these matters we need to discuss. Okay. Here see, using the information in Exhibit 2, assuming the SOBA and company accept the engagement, recommend investigation procedures. What we should do? What are the investigation procedures that we need to perform? So for this, if you look at, right, the investigation procedures simply, there is a risk related to the fund transfer that should be investigated clearly, right? So who are the owners of that accounts, their details, all these things, and also uncommon procedures that we need to identify, right? So all these things we need to concentrate, and the procedures are that general procedures given in the tut also, you can write that as well. Now let's move to next one. It is July 2005. It is July 2005. You are the audit manager of Bob and Company, a firm chartered certified accountant responsible for the audit of Rashid Company for the year ended 31st March 2005. The company is listed soft drinks manufacturer and distributor. The financial statements recognize a revenue of 257.1 million, profit before tax 42.4. Total assets 275.6 million. Materiality set by the audit engagement partner accordance with quality frameworks. The following exhibits available in the left hand side. The first one is like summary of uncorrected misstatements. You all know uncorrected misstatements, that comes under ISA 450, right? And second one, further area to concern. So let's look at uncorrected misstatement summary. The audit of financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2005 is almost complete, and you are preparing discussion management about the misstatements identified in the financial statements during the audit. The audit working papers contain following summary of uncorrected misstatements. So when we are taking this, it comes under the completion stage. This comes under the completion stage. See here, statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position. It's given forward contract, legal action, franchise agreements, and the details are given. Franchise agreement, it says the company bottles and distribute carbonated soft drinks. For a global drinks company, dinner. This takes place under the franchise agreement, which gives Rashid Company exclusive production and distribution rights. The franchise agreement is recognized as an intangible asset, fine. And It's acquired 6 years ago. It's a purchased intangibles for 50 million. It was allocated 30-year useful life. Therefore, amortization is possible under intangible asset. Purchased intangibles you can recognize, and the useful life, throughout the useful life we can able to amortize. But try to understand one thing: when we are amortizing, the amortization should begins from the point where economic benefit started to derive. From the point where economic benefit started to derived. Okay. And they discussed about the forward contract also, right? And they discussed about here a legal action. The requirements are: explain the matters should discussed management related to uncorrected misstatements. So here they are asking ISA 450. Here they are asking about ISA 450. What is ISA 450? ISA 450 speaks about uncorrected misstatements. So normally when we are talking about this uncorrected misstatement, all the uncorrected misstatements should be communicated to management, and auditors should request management to correct it. Does not mean only it does not mean only material misstatement should be requested by the auditor to correct. It's not like that. The entire misstatements should be corrected by the auditor, management. Auditor should request. But if management is refusing to correct, then you have to look at whether such uncorrected misstatement is material or immaterial. And also, you should see whether, when it comes to these uncorrected misstatements, whether this uncorrected misstatement is individually or aggregately material or not. Individually and aggregately material or not, right? So if you look at these uncorrected misstatements, there are three types of misstatement. One is factual misstatement. Two is projected misstatement. Three is judgmental misstatements. So misstatements also can be included here. Second one, assuming management does not adjust either misstatements. Explain the action taken by auditor. Justify audit opinion. Simply, when you are writing audit opinion here, first of all, identify the issue. Second, explain the materiality. Third one, okay, standard treatment. Fourth one, see whether it is pervasive or not. Then provide the opinion. When you are writing opinion, students, whatever the opinion that you are giving, put that as a heading. Put that as a heading in that paragraph. That is very much important. For example, if you are giving qualified opinion, the heading should be qualified opinion. And the basis for opinion paragraph also, the heading should be basis for qualified opinion. Using Exhibit 2, the comment on professional ethical issues arise, necessary action should be taken. So that we all know, like ethical issues include ethical threats and the non-compliance with code of ethics and the professional issues. So that's all related to the paper. Just go through with this and try to develop your questions, try to develop your answer structure for the questions that suitable. Because when it comes to the AAA paper, the questions are standardized. You should prepare for that standardized questions. Once you prepared for that standardized question, it would be easy for us. It would be easy for us to save time. Without a format, without a scope, it is very difficult to write. Okay. Right. So that's all for the day. With that point, the TRG is done. So again, no more TRG. With that session, I think you all might got some productive knowledge through this session. Thank you very much.